right, so today we're diving into The Secret.
Okay.
Um, I think everyone's probably at least heard of it.
Yeah.
Maybe even skimmed the book.
Right.
It's this whole idea about like attracting what you want in your life using what they call the law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to go a little deeper here.
Okay.
We're going to explore Rhonda Byrne's book
Mm-hmm.
and insights from a bunch of different experts.
Sure.
Really unpack this idea.
Yeah.
We've got excerpts, we've got quotes,
Oh, wow.
the whole shebang.
The whole thing.
And trust me,
Okay.
it gets pretty mind-bending.
Well, what I find interesting is
Yeah.
The Secret presents itself as this, like, age-old wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
They even name-drop historical figures like Plato, Shakespeare,
Oh, wow.
Newton, even Einstein.
Really?
Like, they're saying these guys were all in on this hidden knowledge.
Wow.
Yeah,
They really play up that historical angle.
they do.
And then you've got Bob Proctor,
Oh, yeah.
personal development guru.
Yeah.
He throws out this stat. He says,
Yeah.
1% of the population earns around 96% of all the money that's being earned.
Wow.
They understand the secret.
Mm-hmm.
So is he saying that the 1% are just better at, like, positive thinking?
That's certainly the implication, yeah.
Yeah.
And this leads into the core concept of The Secret, what they call the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And it boils down to this, so positive thoughts attract positive outcomes, and negative thoughts, well, you get the picture.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
The book emphasizes that your thoughts have a certain frequency that draws similar things into your life.
Okay, now hold on.
Yeah.
Frequency.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like,
Yeah.
mystical mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah.
Can we break that down?
Sure.
In a way that makes sense,
Yeah.
for those of us who aren't quantum physicists.
Well, think of it like tuning a radio.
Okay.
You dial into a specific frequency to hear a particular station.
Right.
Your thoughts are like that dial. You're constantly emitting a frequency, and you attract experiences that are broadcasting on that same wavelength.
So if I'm constantly stressing about missing a deadline,
Yeah.
I'm actually making it more likely that I'll mess things up.
That's the concept, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Joe Vitale, one of the experts in the book, puts it this way. Thoughts are sending out that magnetic signal that is drawing the parallel back to you.
Okay.
So your thoughts act as a magnet,
Interesting.
attracting similar experiences.
That's a pretty powerful image.
It is.
But it makes me wonder, if this law of attraction is so potent, why isn't everyone living their dream life?
Yeah, that's a question a lot of people have.
Yeah.
And The Secret tackles it head on.
Okay.
The book claims that we often focus more on what we don't want.
Right.
We call this the don't want epidemic.
Okay.
We get so caught up in worrying about things going wrong
Yeah.
that we actually attract those very things into our lives.
So instead of saying, like, I don't want to be late, I should be thinking, I want to arrive on time.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about shifting your focus from the negative to the positive.
Right.
The book even gives examples of lottery winners who lost it all because they fixated on the fear of losing their wealth.
Really?
Yeah, their dominant thought became fear.
Oh, wow.
And sadly, that's what they manifested.
That's a bit unsettling.
It is.
So how do we actually shift our thoughts
Yeah.
to get what we do want?
Right.
Is it just a matter of thinking happy thoughts all the time?
It's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
The Secret suggests that our feelings are key. They act as feedback from the universe.
Okay.
Good feelings mean you're aligned with your desires,
Okay.
while bad feelings suggest you're off track.
So it's not just about, like, positive thinking, but also about paying attention to how you feel.
Precisely.
Definitely.
And here's the kicker. The book claims that you can't feel bad and have good thoughts simultaneously.
Really?
Yeah. Your thoughts determine your frequency,
Mm-hmm.
and your feelings tell you what frequency you're on.
So if I'm feeling, like, anxious or stressed, does that mean I need to reframe my thinking?
That's the gist of it.
Okay.
Bob Doyle, another expert in The Secret, simplifies it beautifully.
Okay.
He says, it's really so simple. What am I attracting right now? Well, how do you feel? I feel good. Well, good. Keep doing that.
I like that.
Yeah.
But feeling good all the time,
Right.
that's easier said than done, right?
Sure.
Life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
Not always easy to stay positive.
Of course. Of course.
Right.
The Secret offers techniques to help you shift your thoughts
Oh, yeah.
and ultimately your feelings.
Okay.
They call it the creative process, a 3-step approach.
Okay.
Ask, believe, receive.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So let's unpack that.
Yeah.
What's the first step? Ask.
It's about getting clear about what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be vague.
Okay.
Write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize it as if it's already yours. Get specific with the details.
Believe. Does that mean blind faith? Even when things seem impossible?
It's more about acting, speaking, and thinking as if you already possess what you desire.
Okay.
It's where faith meets imagination.
Right.
Think of the genie in Aladdin. Your wish is my command.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
But what about the receive part?
Right?
Is it just about waiting for things to magically appear?
It's about feeling the emotions you would experience if you already had what you want.
Okay.
It's not just thinking positive thoughts. It's embodying the feeling of having it right now.
So it's almost like acting as if.
Exactly. And The Secret offers some pretty captivating stories to illustrate how this works in real life.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay.
But before you jump into the more out there anecdotes,
Sure.
are there any examples that feel a bit more relatable?
Yeah.
Something that could apply to everyday life?
There's a story about Robert, a gay student who was struggling with negativity at work, in his social life, even in his attempts at, stand-up comedy.
Oh, wow.
He was really focused on everything he didn't want in his life.
That sounds rough.
Yeah.
So how does The Secret come into play?
Someone pointed out that his intense focus on what he didn't want was attracting more of the same.
Okay.
So he decided to start focusing on what he did want:
Right.
positive relationships with his coworkers, a supportive audience for his comedy,
Yeah.
and a sense of acceptance.
So he shifted his thinking.
He did.
But did that actually change anything?
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
Really?
Within weeks, his coworkers who had been giving him a hard time left the company.
Wow.
His audiences started responding well to his comedy,
No way.
and things started looking up.
Wow, that's quite a turnaround.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if our thoughts really do have that much power.
It's compelling.
Yeah.
And there are other stories, too,
Yeah.
some a bit more out there.
Okay.
Like there's this man who manifested a feather.
A what?
A feather.
A feather.
A very specific feather.
What?
Within just 2 days of visualizing it.
Wait, he manifested a feather.
Yes.
Okay, now that one sounds a bit far-fetched.
It does.
How's that even possible?
That's what he wanted to test.
Oh.
He visualized this uniquely marked feather in detail. And then, just 2 days later, he found the exact feather
Nowhere.
at the entrance of a building in New York City,
Get out of here.
defying all logical explanation.
Wow.
There it was.
Okay, I'll admit, that one is a big spooky.
It is.
It's like his mind had a direct connection to the universe or something.
It does make you think, right?
Yeah.
Then there's a story of David Shermer, an investment trainer,
Okay.
who claims he can find parking spaces just by visualizing them.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He visualizes empty parking spots.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And he claims it works.
He claims it works for him about 95% of the time.
Wow.
He attributes it to the power of expectation. If you expect to find a parking space, you're more likely to attract it.
Okay, that one I can almost wrap my head around.
Right.
It's almost like positive thinking mixed with a bit of self-fulfilling prophecy.
Perhaps.
But The Secret takes it a step further, right?
Yes.
Suggesting we can apply these principles to much bigger goals,
Yeah.
like attracting wealth and abundance.
Exactly.
Okay, now that's where I get a bit skeptical.
Sure.
Can you really manifest money just by thinking about it? Like that blank check visualization sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But is it really that simple?
Well,
What about hard work and practical steps?
those are valid questions.
Yeah.
And while The Secret emphasizes the power of thoughts and feelings,
Yeah.
it also acknowledges the importance of what they call inspired action.
Okay.
It's not just about wishing for things, it's about aligning your actions with your desires.
So it's about taking action that feels aligned with what you want
Yes,
rather than forcing things to happen.
precisely. They suggest that when you're truly in sync with your desires, the right actions will naturally unfold, often in unexpected ways.
Okay.
But we've only just scratched the surface here.
Really?
There's much more to uncover about how The Secret suggests we can apply these principles to our lives.
All right. Well, I'm definitely ready to dive deeper.
Great.
I'm particularly curious about how this all ties into gratitude
Yeah.
and the idea of vision boards.
Right.
Those are two things I've always been a bit skeptical about, but maybe there's more to them than meets the eye.
Those are key concepts in The Secret, and we'll explore them in detail in the next part of our deep dive.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I can't wait to unpack those ideas further.
Great.
Welcome back. So last time
Yeah.
we explored some pretty intriguing ideas from The Secret.
Yeah.
like the, what was it called? The law of attraction.
Yeah, the law of attraction.
And the power of our thoughts
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
shape our reality.
Hmm.
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Right.
Life throws curveballs. It does. So how does The Secret handle the the less than positive stuff?
Well, that's where the concept of resistance comes in.
Okay.
The Secret suggests that the things we resist, we actually attract.
What?
They even have a saying,
Okay.
what you resist persists.
Okay, that's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
How can resisting something actually make it more likely to happen?
Right.
That doesn't seem very logical.
Well, the book argues that when we resist something,
Yeah.
we're focusing on it
Okay.
with a lot of negative emotion.
Right.
And according to the law of attraction, that intense focus, even if it's negative,
Yeah.
draws more of it into our experience.
So if I'm constantly worrying about like getting sick,
Yeah.
I might actually be making myself more susceptible to illness.
That's the idea.
That's a bit unsettling.
It is, and it applies to larger scale events, too.
Really?
The book even makes the bold claim that the anti-war movement actually creates more war.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
That's a controversial statement.
It is.
How can they say that?
Well,
It seems like they're blaming the victims.
well, they argue that by focusing so intently on the problem of war,
Okay.
with all the fear and negative emotion that comes with it,
Right.
we're actually fueling the energy of war
Okay.
and contributing to its persistence.
So instead of focusing on what we don't want,
Right.
The Secret is suggesting we shift our attention to what we do want.
Precisely.
It's about choosing, like peace over war,
Yeah.
love over fear.
Exactly.
Okay.
They believe that focusing on peace with a strong feeling of love and harmony
Yeah.
is a more effective strategy than resisting war.
Okay.
They cite Mother Teresa,
Mm-hmm.
who famously said, "I will never attend an anti-war rally. If you have a peace rally, invite me."
That's a powerful quote.
It is.
She understood the importance of like focusing on the solution, not the problem.
Exactly.
But let's be realistic.
Sure.
The world is full of problems.
Yeah.
How can we just like ignore them and focus on positive things when there's so much suffering and injustice?
Well, they acknowledge that it's important to be aware of the problems,
Okay.
but they caution against dwelling on them
Right.
and amplifying that negative energy.
Okay.
They even go so far as to say that the anti-drug movement has actually created more drugs.
Okay, now that one I really don't get.
Yeah.
Like, the intention is to reduce drug use, not increase it.
Right.
How could that possibly be the outcome?
Well, they argue that the intense focus on the problem,
Okay.
the fear and negativity surrounding it,
Right.
ends up perpetuating the cycle.
Okay.
They suggest that focusing on solutions,
Mm-hmm.
like education and healthy alternatives,
Yeah.
would be far more effective.
So it's about shifting our perspective from like
Yes.
fear and negativity to hope and empowerment.
It is.
That makes sense, but it's a pretty radical shift in thinking.
It is.
It requires a conscious effort
Yeah.
to become aware of our thoughts and feelings and to intentionally direct them towards what we want to create,
Yes.
both in our personal lives and in the world around us.
Exactly.
This is a lot to process,
Sure.
but I'm starting to see how this whole idea of
Mhm.
focusing on what we want
Right.
rather than what we don't want
Yeah.
could be applied to so many different aspects of life.
Exactly.
It's pretty interesting.
And the secret goes even deeper,
Okay.
exploring how this ties into gratitude and visualization.
Okay, those are two things I've always been curious about.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about, like gratitude journals and vision boards, but I've always been a bit skeptical.
Sure.
Do they really work?
Well, the secret places a lot of emphasis on both gratitude and visualization
Okay.
as powerful tools for attracting what you want.
Mm-hmm.
They share the story of a man named Lee Brower
Okay.
and his gratitude rocks.
Gratitude rocks. What are those?
It's a simple yet powerful concept.
Okay.
He found some ordinary rocks
Okay.
and decided to carry one in his pocket
Mm.
as a physical reminder to
Mhm.
focus on gratitude.
Okay.
Every time he touched the rock,
Yeah.
he would think of something he was grateful for.
That's actually kind of sweet.
It is.
But did it actually make a difference in his life?
He claims that it helped him shift his perspective
Okay.
and focus on the positive, even during difficult times.
Interesting.
He even shared this idea with a man whose son was very ill.
And what happened? Did the gratitude rocks help his son?
It's one of those stories that's hard to believe,
Okay.
but the book claims that the son made a miraculous recovery.
Wow.
And as an added bonus, the man ended up selling over 1,000 gratitude rocks for charity.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Seems a bit too good to be true, but
Sure.
I like the idea of having a physical reminder
Right.
to focus on gratitude.
Yeah.
I might have to try that myself.
Okay.
What about vision boards? How do those fit into all this?
Vision boards are visual representations of your desires.
Okay.
You collect images and words
Mhm.
that resonate with what you want to manifest
Yeah.
and create a collage.
Right.
The book suggests that vision boards are powerful tools
Right.
for imprinting your desires on your subconscious mind
Okay.
and aligning your frequency with what you want.
So it's about seeing your desires come to life even before they actually do.
Yes.
I can see how that could be helpful, but does it really have that much power?
The Secret shares the story of Jack Canfield,
Oh, yeah.
the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series.
Right, right.
Years ago, he created a vision board
Yeah.
and then completely forgot about it.
Okay.
Later, when he moved to California, he bought a house.
Uh-huh.
As he was unpacking, he stumbled upon his old vision board
No way.
and was shocked to realize that the house he was living in was the exact house on his vision board.
Get out of here.
He had unknowingly manifested his dream home.
He manifested his dream home without even realizing it.
Yes.
That's wild.
It is.
I've always been a bit skeptical of vision boards, but that story is pretty compelling.
It's a good one.
He's like, our subconscious mind is working behind the scenes even when we're not aware of it.
That's the power of the subconscious mind, but
Yeah.
The Secret takes it a step further,
Okay.
suggesting that all of this,
Mhm.
the law of attraction,
Right.
the power of our thoughts, even the idea of manifesting things into reality,
Yeah.
has a basis in science,
Really?
specifically quantum physics.
Quantum physics. Okay, now that's a topic that always makes my head spin.
It is complex.
So how does quantum physics relate to The Secret?
Well, The Secret suggests that quantum physics supports the idea
Okay.
that everything in the universe is made up of energy,
Okay.
vibrating at a specific frequency.
Okay.
And our thoughts and feelings, they have a frequency too.
So we're all just like energy vibrating at different frequencies.
It's the basic idea.
Okay.
And according to The Secret, the law of attraction operates on the principle that
Yeah.
attracts right. So when we focus on something with a strong emotional charge,
Yeah.
we're emitting a frequency that attracts similar frequencies back to us.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like tuning into a specific radio station, right?
Exactly.
Your thoughts are like that dial.
Yeah.
And you attract experiences that are broadcasting on the same frequency.
Precisely.
And this helps explain why focusing on positive thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
can lead to more positive experiences.
Exactly.
So if we want to change our reality, we need to change our frequency.
Right.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
Is it really as simple as thinking positive thoughts?
Well, The Secret suggests that we have more control over our thoughts and feelings than we realize.
Mm-hmm.
And by conscious choosing our thoughts and
Mhm.
focusing on what we want,
Right.
we can shift our frequency
Okay.
and attract more of those experiences into our lives.
But we're just scratching the surface here.
We are.
There's so much more to explore about the connection between The Secret and quantum physics.
There is.
This is all incredibly fascinating,
Yeah.
but I'm also feeling a bit overwhelmed.
Sure.
It's like The Secret is asking us to rethink everything we thought we knew about reality.
It is a radical shift in perspective,
Yeah.
but it's also incredibly empowering
Yeah.
to think that we have this much influence over our lives
Right.
and the world around us.
Yeah.
And there's even more to unpack,
Right.
including how The Secret addresses the role of the universal mind
Okay.
and our connection to something greater than ourselves.
Okay.
But we'll have to save that for next time.
I can't wait to dive into those deeper concepts in part 3.
Great.
This is truly a deep dive.
It is.
And I'm starting to see just how profound and far-reaching The Secret really is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into The Secret.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground, from the law of attraction to gratitude rocks to the mind-bending world of quantum physics.
It's been quite a journey.
My brain is buzzing with all these new ideas.
Yeah, I bet.
But before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I'm curious about how The Secret applies to relationships. Can you really manifest your ideal partner using these techniques?
Mhm.
Is it just a matter of visualizing your soulmate and hoping they magically appear?
Well, that's a question a lot of people have.
Yeah.
And while The Secret doesn't promise instant love connections,
Okay.
it does suggest that the same principles we've been discussing
Hmm.
apply to relationships as to any other area of life.
So if I'm, looking for a loving, supportive partner,
Yeah.
should I just focus on those qualities and believe I deserve that kind of relationship?
The book emphasizes the importance of feeling the love you desire.
Okay.
Even before you've met that special someone,
Okay.
it's about cultivating a feeling of love and connection within yourself,
Right.
rather than waiting for someone else to complete you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about relationships that are already in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Can the secret help with those
Yeah.
situations?
Well, The Secret suggests that instead of dwelling on the problems in the relationship,
Right. Yeah.
you shift your focus to what you appreciate about your partner.
So instead of complaining about their, annoying habits,
Yeah.
I should be focusing on their positive qualities.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
It's about consciously choosing to see the best in your partner, even when it's tough.
Right.
They believe that when you focus on the good,
Mm-hmm.
you amplify those qualities
Okay.
and attract more of them into your experience.
Interesting.
It's almost like training your mind to notice the positive
Right.
rather than the negative.
Right.
And the book also cautions against trying to change your partner.
Okay.
They argue that when you try to force someone to be different,
Mm-hmm.
you create resistance and resentment.
So it's about acceptance, about
Mhm.
loving your partner for who they are,
Yes.
quirks and all.
That's a key message.
Okay.
And they believe that when you approach relationships with this mindset,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on love and appreciation,
Yep.
you create a more harmonious and fulfilling connection.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this all ties together.
Good.
But relationships are just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
I'm also wondering about the practical applications of the secret
Yeah.
in other areas of life,
Mhm.
like health.
Sure.
Can we really heal ourselves using the power of our minds?
That's a question that sparks a lot of debate.
Yeah.
And The Secret presents some pretty bold claims
Okay.
about the mind-body connection.
All right. Lay it on me.
Okay.
What does the secret have to say about health and healing?
The book argues that our thoughts and beliefs have a direct impact on our physical well-being.
Okay.
They even cite the placebo effect as evidence of the power of belief.
Ah, the placebo effect.
Right.
That's where someone experiences a positive health outcome
Mm-hmm.
simply because they believe they're receiving a treatment,
Yeah.
even if it's a sugar pill or like a sham procedure.
Exactly.
Right.
And The Secret takes this a step further, suggesting that we can consciously harness the power of belief
Okay.
to influence our health.
So instead of focusing on our symptoms and illnesses,
Yeah.
we should be focusing on the experience of perfect health.
That's the idea.
Okay.
They believe that when you visualize yourself as healthy and whole,
Mm.
you align your energy with that state of being
Okay.
and attract healing.
It's a powerful concept.
It is.
But what about when we're dealing with serious health challenges?
Right.
Can positive thinking really cure cancer or other life-threatening illnesses?
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, I'm a bit skeptical about that.
Well, they acknowledge that there are limits to what positive thinking can achieve,
Okay.
and they emphasize the importance of seeking professional medical care when needed.
Right.
It's not about rejecting conventional medicine.
Right.
It's about integrating the power of the mind with appropriate medical treatment.
So it's about taking a holistic approach,
Exactly.
recognizing that our mental and emotional state can impact our physical health.
Precisely.
But if our thoughts can create health, does that mean they can also create disease?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a scary thought.
It is a powerful concept.
Yeah.
The Secret addresses that directly.
Okay.
They argue that negative thoughts, fears, and limiting beliefs can contribute to illness.
So if I'm constantly worrying about getting sick,
Yeah.
I might actually be making myself more vulnerable.
The book suggests that our thoughts create an energetic vibration
Okay.
and that we attract similar vibrations back to us.
Right.
And those vibrations, they argue,
Yeah.
can manifest as physical symptoms.
So it's not just about positive thinking for the sake of feeling good.
Right.
It's about taking responsibility for the power of our thoughts and understanding how they can impact our health, both positively and negatively.
That's a key takeaway.
Yeah.
And it leads into the ultimate message of The Secret,
Okay.
which is the understanding that we are the creators of our own reality.
It's a pretty bold statement.
It is.
You mean we're not just subject to fate or destiny, but we actually have the power to shape our own experiences.
That's the core belief at the heart of The Secret.
Wow.
They believe we have the power to choose our thoughts, feelings, and actions,
Mm-hmm.
and that those choices determine the reality we manifest.
But if we're creating our own reality,
Yeah.
why is there so much suffering in the world?
Right.
Why would anyone choose to create negative experiences?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense.
They argue that suffering often stems from a lack of awareness.
Okay.
It's about forgetting our true nature
Mm.
and identifying with our limiting beliefs and fears.
So it's like we're sleepwalking through life,
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously creating experiences that don't serve us.
Yeah, that's one way to see it.
Yeah,
And the secret is like a wake-up call,
right.
urging us to become conscious creators of our lives.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
Good.
But that's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
It's almost overwhelming to think that we have that much power.
It is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly empowering
Right.
because it means you're not a victim of your circumstances.
Right.
You're an active participant in shaping your reality.
Wow. This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
We've explored the core principles of The Secret, delved into its applications in different areas of life,
Yeah.
and even touched on the scientific ideas that supposedly underpin it all.
It's fascinating stuff.
Give me a lot to think
Oh,
about.
sure.
Whether you fully embrace the ideas presented in The Secret or not,
Right.
I think it offers a valuable reminder of the power of our thoughts and beliefs.
I agree.
It's a call to become more aware of our inner world and understand how our thoughts and feelings can shape our experiences.
Absolutely.
And perhaps by understanding these principles, we can create a more positive and fulfilling reality
Yeah.
for ourselves and for the world around us.
Well said.
Well, thank you for guiding us through this deep dive into This Secret.
You're welcome.
It's been an enlightening and thought-provoking experience.
It's been my pleasure. And to our listeners, thanks for joining us on this exploration.
Yeah, we encourage you to continue exploring these ideas and see what resonates with you.
Yes.
Maybe The Secret holds a key to unlocking a more joyful, abundant life for you too.
It's possible.
Until next time,
Just keep diving deep.
keep diving.
And remember, the power to create your reality lies within you.